Oh,
Mr. Power Hour Super Saturday is in the building. What up, Tony?
Oh my goodness, what's going on, guys? Today is such a busy day. On top of that, I got to go to a wedding, and my wife told me like, I'll say a couple, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago. She was like, "Oh yeah, don't forget that wedding." I was like, "That wedding, 21st." I was like, "Hold on," but it is what it is. So somebody we know, we're really close to. So we gotta go to her wedding. But I'm gonna have my Bluetooth in, and I'll be at the wedding at the same time, watching people streams.
Oh wow!
Wow, hold on, we're gonna adjust the camera here. But congratulations to your friend.
Super. Yeah. Tony got the robot.
Yeah, I was just listen. I've been like Josh popped in my stream earlier. I've been experimenting because I want my stream to go off perfect.
Yeah.
And I got a couple changes I want to do. So I'm new to Streamlabs chatbot, but you could like make your bot make a poll in your thing. I'm giving away a game. So this was really cool. Stadia Source, they gave me a code to give away a game, $59.99 game. So that was really cool of them. Yeah, Google gave out codes to them, and they gave me a code, so that's gonna be cool. So here, let me ask you guys a quick question. This had nothing to do with mental data, real quick. So my wife said I should do it. So I was trying to figure out how the chat bot could make, if you're not a subscriber, you could just get 1 point, right? If you are a subscriber, I was gonna give people 3 points. I figured 2 points, right? So you got more chances to win. But the chat bot, I can't figure it out. Like it won't give people who are subscribers extra points. So now I watched the video and the guy was like, "Oh, when you do this, maybe you should just make it everybody have to be a subscriber." I almost feel kind of dirty by saying, "Hey guys, in order for you to win this game, you gotta be a subscriber." My wife was like, "I mean, it's free to subscribe, and they're gonna win something for money."
Yeah.
So if they got a problem with that, but I feel kind of bad saying, "Hey guys, you have to." Like, I don't want to force people to subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
If I got this moral issue going, or either I just make the chat like you don't have to subscribe. But you can't get extra points. I could just not say that at all. So help me out because I don't know what to do.
I think that just like you have to give your email address and I just entered a raffle actually for Urban Outfitters for $500. But they make you give your
what up, Big Mike?
They make your email address, so that's like the same thing as subscribing. I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah, you are right.
It's a choice. You're not forced.
I'm always trying to be like the good guy, and I feel like I feel like
you shouldn't feel bad for that is all I'm saying.
But I set my alarm. I got up 6 o'clock this morning before that just to watch the first because it started at 6 and it's running all the way to 5 o'clock p.m. tomorrow. So every hour there's a different person streaming every hour. It's like a relay race. When it's your time to go up, somebody say, "Hey guys, follow this guy," and all the audience just jump and follow the next person, and then they follow the next person. So it just get bigger and bigger. Like this one guy, he's like he had like 160 something or whatever, and in like 5 minutes he was at 200. He was like, "Oh my god," because he just play games. He's not really like trying to do anything, and like you see his excitement. He's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I got 200 people." I'm like, "Wow, that's so cool." Because everybody I told myself I'm gonna subscribe to every single person. I'm gonna try to be like at least see every stream like at least 5 minutes.
If you could do 5 minutes and make a comment, I feel like that's more.
I'm gonna try.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be missing sleep, but I have to set my alarm. Maybe I just wake up, grab my phone, like somebody thing, make a comment, and then go back to sleep or something. But I'm gonna try.
You're on at 2 a.m., right?
1 a.m.
1 a.m.
Oh, 1 a.m. What is it? 2 a.m.
1 to 2 a.m., right?
Yeah, 1 and 2. Yeah. Well, I know what you was thinking, Chloe. You had me scared. So you said it before, and I was like, "Oh, let me start looking." But the way you looked at it is the person's name, their time is above them, and so when you looked at mine, you was looking at the time below me. So yeah, that's why you said 2. And you had me thinking. I was like, oh, hold on, I got a lot riding on 1 o'clock. But yeah, it's really cool. I've been setting up the chat bot, and I got a quick little story too. So I was watching wrestling yesterday, and the theme song for Survivor Series, I'm a big fan, which is this. I'm probably not even going to be awake for it, but which is this Sunday, tomorrow. And the theme song is called Power Up. Now, I was like, you know what? Power Up has been synonymous with video games forever. Now, I call my thing the Power Hour Plus. The reason why I call it Power Hour Plus, because originally it was called a Power Hours with an S, but it doesn't have a ring, and I always want to give the people more than an hour. Now, my thing is only an hour tonight. So when at 6 in the morning, when they was announcing everybody, and they was like, oh, and at 1 a.m. all-purpose champ, or now your mama knows will be going up doing what he calls the Power Hour Plus. He was like, but technically you're only getting an hour. And I was like, and I told Sandy yesterday, I was like, I want to, because of the name, I was like, I think I want to change it. And then she was like, no, it sounds better. But I'm like, I don't like for you to call me out. Like, dude, you said it's supposed to be an hour plus. So I don't like that. So I'm like, but if I did Power Up Plus, then I could do little 5-minute things. It opens up the door that I don't have to get stuck doing an hour. So I'm going to do a poll asking the people what name they think I should change it from Power Hour Plus to Power Up Plus. But
I'm mad that dude called you out. Like, that's ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little bit, so.
Yeah, it was funny. He couldn't help it. And I said that to Sandy. I was like, I mean, he got a point though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Power Hour Plus because you always get more than an hour, but not tonight. But the question real quick, and then we could get into it. I apologize. I'm so excited for this thing. So please, I apologize. I've been waiting for this for a long time. But so what do you think though? Do you think Power Up Plus still has a ring to it? Because I asked people today and they was like, yeah, they liked it. But Sandy was like, she liked Power Hour Plus better. So
I mean, Power Hour also makes me think of drinking.
well, somebody said that to me. They was like, and you know, I don't drink, so it went over my head. Somebody was like, so is it gonna be like the regular Power Hour? I was like, I don't know what you're saying.
Makes you want to shots every minute and just say it.
But and the Power Up is synonymous with video games, though. You know what I'm saying?
Power Up is synonymous with the Power Rangers.
Well, I think of, I'm a little older. I think of Ultra Beast from Sega Genesis when you turn to a werewolf. Whatever said Power Up, like that's that. I was even thinking like I might find take that clip, that voice, and if you hear like I might do something with it, but power, like literally, since childhood, I always hear Power Up, and your guy like get all big because he powers up. And then I was thinking the plus, I would get the noise for a sonic ring when you hear a ring drop. So it's like Power Up and thing. Anyway,
well, I like Power Up.
Thank you, Chloe.
Yeah, Power Up. Go with that.
Listen, Chloe has spoken. I just need Chloe said it.
Oh, put that on a T-shirt, underdog.
So Chloe's voice is more powerful than Sandy. You just said that.
Yeah, in this instance, yes.
I'm just saying, that's what I heard. So,
well, you heard correct, but she didn't hear it. She didn't hear it, so we're all good.
Okay.
All right. So, Miguel, I'm gonna let you take the reins on this one. You were super excited about this when the news dropped that Wonder Woman 1984 will be in theaters, but also streaming on HBO Max in December, I believe.
Christmas Day, December 25th.
Oh. Okay.
I know
it kept its date that it's had now for the last like 3 months, which was good because it's already moved 6 times, right? So it'd be good as moved. Think about Wonder Woman. People don't realize that was supposed to come out December 2019. So really, they should have kept that date. They would have been fine.
Yeah, you're right.
but they moved it to summer, and then it's been a roller coaster since then. I know, right? It's like, you know, you try to be slick and that you mess yourself up a little bit. But no, it's keeping its date. So for the first time ever, a movie is streaming simultaneously on at home, HBO Max, while it's going to be in the theater the same exact day. So it gives you an option. And then unlike Disney Plus, it's free if you have HBO Max. You don't have to pay extra like people had to do for Mulan, which is good. But it's really just a way for people to try to for HBO, Warner, AT&T, to try to get people to subscribe more to HBO Max. Because what happened was Disney Plus brought out their earnings report. They had 73 million subscriptions in 1 year.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
And their goal was only 50.
Right. and they don't have any content, like Anthony would say. They only got Mandalorian and whatnot.
Right.
So go ahead, Chloe.
They also oh no, I was reading an alert about curfew. They also partnered with ESPN too. So that's also like right.
Well, that's their parent company, Disney. So
Disney already owned ESPN at the time. They just used it to go with the bundle, you know what I mean? But they already had ESPN. But
that's the subscribers for ESPN, especially since everyone's home, right? You think
it definitely the bundle helped because they had the bundle with ESPN2 and Hulu. But even with 73 million, like Tony wouldn't get it, right? Because they had no new content. So see people getting it is crazy. So anyway, HBO Max only had about 20 million in its first year of subscription. So they're far behind. So this might help boost their subscriptions by doing the Wonder Woman thing. All right.
Yeah, I think because we covered it before, it was a little bit confusing because you still had HBO Now. Then you also had HBO Max. If they just had one platform that served for the streaming base, I think those numbers would be increased by at least 10 million, if not 20.
Yeah.
Also, this week it just started being able to stream on the Fire Stick. So it wasn't on platforms before HBO Max. And that was also a problem. People couldn't get it on their TV, stuff like that. So.
Right, because even on the PlayStations, you can download the HBO Now app. The HBO Max. I mean, that's why I was so confused about it. Like, you guys already had the infrastructure, but you made it more complex, and then you sold all your valuable IPs like Harry Potter to the Peacock network. So I was like, you guys really weren't thinking it through.
Yeah. So with the Wonder Woman, okay, I just want to stick to that. I think it's going to. It's. I'm happy because it's coming out finally. I think we all are happy about that and whatnot. Yeah. So, we'll see how the theaters do with people being able to stay at home. You know what I mean? I think Chloe will probably say they probably won't go to the movies now because it's going to be at home.
Listen, I'm not going anymore. I'm scared now. I'm scared of you guys.
You already went before, so.
I know. Time and that was enough. I was like, it was empty.
Well, I'll say this. When I went to the movies last week, a movie did sell out. I was the most shocking thing ever. We're standing in line. We got there late, and it was like, sold out. I was like, sold out? Is that a thing?
Well, I guess sold out at 25% capacity.
Correct. Right. So, but that was cool, though. I mean, listen, I was like excited. I was like, whoa, that was,
I think this is dope because it gives people options if you are scared. If you can still watch the Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
On the Max at home.
I feel like we talked about this during the quarantine, like on Mental Theater, like, are they going to stream simultaneously? Yeah.
We definitely brought it up.
Right.
Predicted.
And actually, we have an opportunity, guys, because Christmas is on a Friday. So technically, we could have a Mental Theater. I guess maybe I don't know if they have the watch along capability, but on that Saturday, the 26th,
we can talk about Wonder Woman. Yes, I agree. Yeah, let's do it. I'm definitely watching it. I'm sure Tony bit the movies. I don't know if I'm going to go to the movies or not, but I'm definitely going to watch it. So,
well, like you said, you don't really like to go that far, so it's not really a close theater to you,
Yeah.
You think, as Mr. Urban Word points out these facts here, do you think Wonder Woman 1984 can save AMC, Miguel?
I mean, the one around here closed because of the rent, because it was so big. It had nothing to do with everything like that, or whatever like that. But yeah, it was just massive. So they really needed to never ever have no movies because it was so big. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, go ahead, Tony.
I was gonna say to Josh's question. I think the interesting thing is when I think of movies, right? I kept saying to myself, "What's the biggest movie coming out?" And to me, it's Black Widow, right? And then probably Wonder Woman would be next. So I felt like all I wanted was the theaters to make a huge, massive movie come out and put it in the theaters and get people to say, I have to see this. But now you can watch it at home. So you're going to get people that's like, well, I can watch it at home. Like, had they not did that, Chloe may have would have went, right? She might have been like, I mean, I really want to see it. Do a pull a mic thing, go super early, but just go at some time where nobody's in there. Now you're going to be like, I want to watch it at home.
Especially on Christmas Day, you get a lot of families already together at home. They're going to watch it at home.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
You're comfortable. Like, I want some hot chocolate and some.
But not for nothing, Christmas and Thanksgiving is a lot of people do go to movies on that.
I go normally on Thanksgiving night. I go every year on Thanksgiving night, so I'm a little upset about that. I can't go this year.
They close the movie theater that you walk to?
Yeah, that been closed. They're closed.
Oh yeah, all the Regals are closed.
That's the Regal.
Oh, that's the Regal.
And then the AMC 24 in Hamilton, because 24 theaters. And it makes me think perhaps they should have used a McDonald's business model and actually own the real estate instead of renting it. They might be in a better position.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Especially they've been around 20-something years now. So I don't know why at this point they're still renting the building that they're using and whatnot. So I thought that was a little nuts. But we talked about it before on me and Tony on Big Mac Little Ant. Like they had 3 different concession stands. That's a huge theater.
Right, yeah,
like
you walk in, go straight, you go to the left, go to the right. Yeah.
And then the one in the Yosemite is even bigger.
Is it? I didn't even know that.
Oh,
That's
man.
crazy.
Yeah, my family used to go there all the time. That one
It is pretty big. We used to go there too because we used to go to the arcade there in the mall. But that is pretty big too. I don't know.
Have you guys?
It is pretty big.
Have you guys been to the one in Jersey Gardens, the AMC?
Nah.
No, I went to Jersey Gardens once, and I never. No, yeah, I did. I have. Yeah, I have.
South Jersey. Yeah. I'm over y'all.
Oh yeah, I've been there once. Yeah, I went to the movie.
We're in Central Jersey. Tony is in South Jersey at this time.
Okay, I've been to the Regal in Plainfield though, Chloe. So give me credit for that.
That's South Plainfield.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean I've been there though. I'm just saying.
But no, the one in Jersey Gardens is huge. It's levels, like it's floors.
Yeah.
I think it's like 3 floors or something like that.
Wow.
And that's where I saw Avatar IMAX.
I don't know what I said.
IMAX 3D.
Yeah, I saw IMAX there, IMAX 3D there, and I saw Harry Potter there. That's like where I go to see all like the big movies.
Okay.
Wanna just thank my boy Dave for jumping in and Mr. Urbanworld. I appreciate it.
Shout out Dave and Mr. Urban Word, of course.
Yeah, I was sending out links.
But they did also have a new trailer too. I think Tony might have saw it at the movie theater, but for Wonder Woman, it looks so good, man.
Yes, they got a newer trailer, and I'm like, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job.
You know what? Though I think that my prediction is that these movie theaters are gonna close, right, and then they're gonna consolidate. So like they're gonna close them, like, and people are gonna be like, oh my god, they're closing. But then when they reopen, it's gonna be like a completely different business model. It'll probably be like what Josh said, like they're owning the property or something, or they have like drive-ins in the summer, like because the movie I can't see it's just disappearing forever.
I mean, specifically AMC 24, they had the perfect lot for a drive-in. So I was like, you guys didn't even try to innovate or anything during that rough patch.
Yeah, only reason why I felt they didn't have the perfect lot, and we talked about this before, because typically drive-ins are always a few miles back where the traffic can't see the theater. Right. So AMC is like the 24 is like right there. So I'm trying to think, they would have had to have put it on the other side of the building. Somehow they would have had to put it where traffic can't see, because that's a big distraction. And and pirating also.
You from South Jersey too, Dave?
No, Dave is from like out that way though. Dave is from
exactly. He's from your neck of the woods now.
I met him down here though. Dave was actually, shout out to Dave. He's in my wedding. The coolest looking groomsman in my wedding, man. But he moved back. He actually lives back out that way now.
He plays you in video games too, right? He don't want to be talking trash.
No, not really. Yeah. Not really. A long time ago, me and Dave used to play games.
That's Mr. Urbanwater talks trash.
Yeah, that's Mr.
Urbanwater. But even at the AMC 24, if you have it facing the road, you actually, if it's facing the road this way, the people can't see it. You would have to go into the complex and look at it. That's all I'm saying. They
true. If it was exactly like right there, but then I'm wondering, like, you know how it is laid out, like the way the parking is. I'm curious.
Yeah.
First of all, y'all got sales tax on y'all stuff in Brooklyn, so I don't even understand how you say Jersey Gardens is whack. You gotta come back. You gotta come over that bridge.
Chloe, listen. Don't. Dave is one of those people. We'll be here all day. Me and Dave. So don't. Yeah, just let it go. And Chloe will be here all day. So
yes.
If Tony's saying that, you better listen.
No, trust me. Me and Dave sometimes like, yo, all right, we just we go on and on, and for no reason.
Tony dropping
But just to Josh, just to get back on it. So with I think Disney, they got an announcement on December 10th. I think they're gonna do the same thing for Widow and come out on Disney Plus. Honestly. I think they're gonna follow suit. So I think they're gonna follow suit. You know, HBO Max, they got now they got the Snyder Cut, which also had a new trailer come out this past week. Coming. So they're like coming for Disney. They're trying to. So
Wait, can we go back to that comment? I need to address this. So there's a Cajun turkey at Popeyes. Is it like a full turkey or is it like a baby turkey?
I'm sure it's just like turkey meat, probably like white turkey meat.
What is it?
They was talking about that the other night on the Sandy Anthony show.
I think I saw that on the window of Popeyes, something like that. Actually. So.
That sounds good. Doesn't sound healthy, but it sounds tasty. Y'all ever had a fried turkey?
Oh yeah.
Money.
You always get.
I had a fried turkey.
Really?
I don't like turkey though.
I agree with that. It should have been put on Disney Plus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
E. Shout out to E Money.
What up, E?
You know what it is? Is that movie's so big, they just don't want to. They're hoping that things die down so they can make that money. Because if this was regular, Black Widow was gonna make some money. You know, it's the next thing connected to, yeah.
Attempt the 13-pound turkey at Popeyes.
Call out in advance. Wow.
That's deep. In line for 20. Wait, you could get it at the drive-through? That's interesting. Wow.
That's not bad though. You ain't got to cook it yourself. That's not actually bad.
Look, Sandy and I, we don't have plans yet. We was like, listen, we could. One year we went to Cracker Barrel for Thanksgiving. It was crazy, but it was like.
What'd you eat there? Did you eat turkey there, or did you eat something else?
I don't like turkey. Period.
Oh, okay.
I just had like whatever specials they had. I got whatever. Okay. I don't remember what I ate, but I just ate a regular,
regular meal. Yeah, what Thanksgiving? Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Brooklyn is coming up now. They gentrified it. It's expensive.
Yeah, Brooklyn is like Manhattan East now.
Williamsburg. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
You gotta be rich to live in Brooklyn now, unless you've been there. Oh my God. Wait, so you order your turkey? Oh, with the biscuit.
Wow.
Listen, you get a turkey with some red beans and rice and some biscuits.
Oh, that rice?
Hey, listen, all I order is two biscuits and a large red beans and rice, and that's it.
Oh my God.
Great question, Dave.
Does it fit through the window? I can see somebody dropping the turkey, try to grab it through the window.
Right?
And they'd be like, I want a refund. Nah.
I got that junk tied up in a bag, real secure.
How much does the turkey cost? Does anybody know that? I'm just sure. I want to know that.
Yeah, he just bought it.
In turkey.
Wait, really?
I thought they could. Oh, so they just season it for you, and you just gotta pop it in the oven. Now, if you ladies and gentlemen, if you burn the Popeyes turkey, you can't cook your baby on Thanksgiving.
You're right.
How does everyone know about the turkey? I never even know.
Sandy was telling me how her brother was talking about it a year ago, and I was like, I didn't even remember.
I need to Google this turkey. I am intrigued. It probably tastes real good if they put the Popeyes chicken sandwich seasoning on it. People gonna get stabbed trying to get that turkey. Yeah. That's crazy. Remember that? The chicken sandwich situation.
Yeah.
I never got one.
It wasn't.
You never got one?
Yeah, I don't eat chicken like that. So.
By the time I got one, it made me sick, and I was like, I'm never eating Popeyes again.
Wow.
Because they ain't care. They was.
Now, do you guys? You think $40 is a good price for that?
$40 for something frozen?
I mean, yes.
Nah. Okay. But the thing is, people can probably season it better than Popeyes does.
I don't know. It's artificial and it's made to taste good. Like, and I don't know. I've eaten some people's turkey and it's not good. So. If you can't cook, you better spend that $40.
You can YouTube reviews of it's hilarious.
Listen, I'll tell you this much. When me and Sandy went to the Roadland Market and we was just like, because it's like a flea market of food, right? And we was like, let's try Cajun, right? Man, Cajun food is amazing. That gumbo and all that stuff. It's like everything I like.
Jambalaya.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a hand rubbed and infused with zesty Cajun spices. Interesting. It's on Thrillist. Ooh, okay.
You know about Thrillist?
Yeah, you know I know about Thrillist. I'm an extrovert.
Why do you say it like that?
Because it's
Thrillist. It's Thrillist.
Thrillist.
Like the realist, the Thrillist.
Oh, I thought it was Thrillist. I
almost worked there actually as a social media manager.
Really?
Yeah.
They have a lot of cool places on there.
They have a dope office. They have a bar and a happy hour at their facility. It's pretty cool.
That's a setup.
I just want to let you guys know I'm gonna stay as long as I can. I keep trying to look at the time.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to get ready for the.
Let's trends. Okay, so let's actually talk about the film, shall we? what are you guys anticipating for the film itself?
Oh, like what do you mean? How is it gonna do?
Yeah,
she's
is it
pretty.
going to be good? Is it going to be,
The recent, I mean, all the trailers look good, but the very first trailer I was like, eh. But the recent trailer looks really good, really good, and I like the very first one too. So I think it's gonna be. I think we're all gonna see it and be like, man, Wonder Woman 1984 was good.
I thought the first one was good. I think Patty Jenkins is a good director who's underrated, stuff like that. I thought that Gal Gadot did it. Now the first one, the third act was kind of trash. I didn't like the very ending, but the rest of it to me was pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Gal Gadot. I feel like that with this one, it seemed like they got like two villains, right? The cheetah chick, and then the other guy who's playing Mandalorian right now, Pedro Pascal and whatnot, which is good for him actually to get some kind of, for the movie to come out, some to get some kind of shine, to see his face a little bit. So I'm sure he's happy about that. But I think it'll be good. So
wait, so this movie takes place in 1984?
Correct.
So I'm excited for the fashion.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited for to see the old cell phones and stuff and the technology. I love when we do that.
Yeah, I think you see like a lot of the fanny packs and sweatsuits and stuff like that in the movie. So that's pretty good.
I saw a payphone the other day for the first time in a long time. A payphone. So I'm looking forward to looking at that in the movie.
And parachute pants.
And I agree with E Money. I think it's not going to be good as the first. Personally.
Really?
I thought the first was spectacular. That's why it set the bar so high. Usually the second isn't that good. The only one that really broke that mold was Dark Knight for me personally.
Yeah. And just to say something too, Josh, she's not happy, Patty Jenkins. Like she really wanted to be in theaters only. She's like, I want my movie to be in theaters, but she had no choice. She don't own Warner Brothers, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I guess she's not Mr. Nolan, I guess, right?
Right. She's not on that level. So,
and it's not really her, franchise, because Nolan can say that because he created the film, he created the concept. It's different when you're already taking an IP and you're driving the ship as opposed to building the ship. If that makes sense.
That does make sense. Yeah. So,
but again, I agree with you. Patty is an incredible director, so I'm curious to see what she does. I think she's going to try and do similar to what they did with Captain Marvel and go back in time and have it fun like that. So as Chloé was saying, having all those retro outfits and have that nostalgia for people in our demographics, I think it'll do well for that.
Yeah, and I think she already has her vision. Like for part 3, she's probably gonna bring it closer to this time period, because part 1 was in the 20s, now we're in the 80s, now to bring it closer. So I think she does. And I think she also, what I was reading before, she wants to do a whole movie based on La Mascara, where she's from and whatnot. So I think that'll be dope as well and whatnot. Because those Amazons are beasts.
Ooh. And you have Robin Wright as the leader, absolutely.
Yeah, so I think that's dope.
What I don't like about them, aka DC movies, when these MFers is fighting, their hair and makeup still look clean.
They're superheroes, okay?
Exactly.
Superheroes, they makeup be on fleek.
Wonder Woman is the ageless wonder, E-Money.
It's not makeup, actually, her face.
She's no Captain Marvel. What do you think about that comment, Tony?
I would love to see them go toe to toe. I'll tell you that right now.
What's hard is that when Captain Marvel was coming out, a lot of people had no clue how powerful she was, and I know Wonder Woman's powerful, but she's not on the level of Captain Marvel. Wonder Woman is kind of like the on a human level, she would just beat up every human, right? But Captain Marvel just goes out there and some intergalactic stuff. She's just, look at the highlight of Wonder Woman in the film. It was pretty much her when she destroyed that building. That was really cool, right? But if you see what Captain Marvel does, it's like when she came out in Endgame and that was the first time I was like, yo, Thanos, the look on his face, like she was putting the mittens to him. And so Wonder Woman would get pieced up.
Yeah, power-wise, I agree. Yeah, Captain Marvel will never have the Wonder Woman popularity, but power-wise, she definitely,
So I agree.
Wonder Woman,
the Marvel is filled with super powerful, unpopular characters.
Yes.
Filled tons of characters. If you look at the rating scales of their power levels, you'll probably see like 30 characters you never heard of. That's like what just destroyed Incredible Hulk, which we all look at like he's super powerful.
The Hulk.
I'm about to touch a nerve real quick.
It's magic. Okay.
Maybe she'll have a car phone.
It probably will be in there.
Y'all remember those?
Cap does get dirty. And speaking of Marvel Phase 4, we actually saw Mr. Hemsworth looking quite jacked on IG. So it looks like Thor is back to being Thor, the god of thunder.
That's Thor.
That's Thor.
He cut his hair?
His hair been cut. His hair was cut in the last movie.
Yeah, it was in Ragnarok, actually.
Oh, yeah, it was.
But then he grew the hair back. But, you know, that's all prosthetics and whatnot.
Yeah. He could wear
they could do that.
Exactly. So we'll see if we'll see if there's a workout montage that they were saying that they wanted to put in Endgame but didn't because they didn't have enough time. So we'll see.
It's funny that's Chris Pratt under him commenting. That's hilarious. That response.
Oh, Chris Pratt! I love Chris Pratt.
Right. All right, Mr. Urban World. Peace, peace.
Homie.
All right, later.
So for the Thor, I know Taika. He didn't want to have Fat Thor at all. He was like, "That's not my," that was more for Endgame or whatever like that. So you're probably they're gonna have to have a montage because he left the movie fat, right? Or at least say he got in shape some kind of way. What do you hear?
I mean, think about it. Thor's a god. I mean, they can make it like he got serious and worked out in 5 minutes and got in shape. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we don't really need it. We don't need a lot of explaining on that. For me, anyway.
They did have car phones in '84.
Usually the stockbrokers.
Yeah.
Where the middle console is, that's what a car.
It was like $100 a minute. It was crazy.
But they used to be like, "Don't touch the car phone." Hey, what do you mean don't touch it? It's here. Oh my god. Yo, wait. Is it time to talk about the Witcher?
So wait, did everyone catch up on the Mandalorian or no?
Oh, Mandalorian.
Come on, Tony. Tell me you did, bro.
He ain't watched.
Bro,
listen, hold up, wait. Here's the cool thing. I gotta go at some point, so y'all can talk about that when I leave.
But you and I had a whole conversation. You was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna watch it." Like last night.
I know. I lied to Chloe. I was like, "Tell her I'm gonna watch it." I apologize.
Okay.
You also lied to Miguel too.
It's okay.
Last night you lied to me. You said, "Yeah, we'll probably watch it tonight." Or whatever.
Yeah, that was early last night. Yeah. Man, I'm sorry, man. I got so much going on with this thing. I'm so paranoid. Like I apologize.
All right. So before we get there,
we went out to eat dinner last night. I'm sorry.
Your thoughts on The Witcher, Chloe, after binge watching?
Oh yes, something like that.
That's what's up.
I binge watched the hell out of that show.
Apparently, if you've done already, 1 week.
Yeah, it was only 9 episodes.
An hour a piece, though.
Yeah, I mean, I've been
that's a lot of binge watching.
Cool. I thought it was cool. I liked the effect. That was cool.
Uh-oh. I heard some negative.
I liked the storyline initially, when I like when he was fighting the monsters and then the chick was fighting the monster. It was good initially. And then it was like it built all the way up. And the last episode was anticlimactic. I was like, yo, I just binge watched this for nothing.
Well, it's only the first season. It's more seasons.
Yeah, but don't do that, Mike. I don't like when people do that. Don't get this off the hook because there's something else. Like, no, this is the first season. It should have ended with a bang, like The Boys ended with a bang. Oh yeah, literally.
I feel like every other good season, like Game of Thrones, the first season ended with the bang. Dexter ended with the bang. True ended with the bang. But this was just, I was like, damn, I just watched all of this for nothing.
Wait. So what do you like about the last episode? Just curious. Like what?
Destiny being fulfilled.
Right.
I thought it was like all this build up to connect pieces, and then it didn't. It was just like, oh, that's it.
You had all
But
those.
she met up with Geralt.
Right, you had all those timelines converging between 3 different people, kind of like Tenet, all converging at one point.
They came together for nothing.
Here's what I think.
You probably seen the girl
in the woods.
Cool.
Here's what Chloe could be feeling. What I said. I thought the show was decent, but it didn't feel like it was a great show. Right? It was like it was good, but now what Mike said last time we talked. Maybe next episode, because I get it. And spoiler alerts if anybody can see it by now. But the whole time thing, they wanted to chop it up and Pulp Fiction type of thing. I feel like they didn't do it good. So it was kind of like halfway through it. I didn't even know that's what they was doing. I was like, oh, wait. And then I feel like they didn't do it good. So I think like some people loved it. And I think the people who didn't, and it's fine if you loved it, I think it's still a great show. But I think the people who didn't, they didn't do a good job of pulling you in because the chop up wasn't done right. Now, last thing I'll say is, Mike, you kind of mentioned this before about Mandalorian. I think what would have made it better, and same thing with Mandalorian, is Mandalorian's a guy who take missions, and you figure each episode should be kind of him going on a mission, hunting or whatever, capturing somebody, whatever, right? The Witcher is supposed to be a monster hunter, right? So I felt like it wasn't enough monster hunting. Same thing with the Mandalorian sometimes. I feel like the Mandalorian is doing it better for me. Then I'm like, you know what? I don't have a problem with him not really doing his job. His job is the main part of the show. The show is good. But The Witcher, for me, I was like, I would have liked more him coming to a city, getting paid, and you see him going killing some creature. But they didn't do it. Like literally his job, they just didn't follow it enough for me. You know what I'm saying?
I halfway agree with you. Like I agree with the part where I wanted to see him kill more monsters.
Mrs. I don't like gore, really?
No, I did. I mean, I'm used to it now because I watched. It was gory. It was good. Let me just say this. I was drawn in until the last episode. Like I was just like, oh my God, I have to watch the next one. I have to watch the next one. And then the last one, I was just like, oh, really? This is how it's going to end?
All right. Well, when he teaches her or trains her to be a Witcher,
that's what's next.
You'll probably see more of those fights that you want.
Okay.
So we'll see.
And you know what? I'm also nervous because I'm like, oh, it's going to be great. Episodes 1 through 8, and then episode 9 is going to suck.
However, for certain you'll have Mr. Momoa in season 2. So
really?
Yeah. Do we know what his character's going to be yet? A good guy, bad guy?
Hopefully he'll be the Witcher as well.
He's probably going to be a Witcher because he's going to. You have to go back to wherever they train. Tony, you probably know this from playing the video games. Wherever area they train the Witchers, right. He'll probably, and he might join them on a quest or two. You never know.
Yeah, see, I guess I always looked at it differently. I looked at it like kind of like Game of Thrones, kind of like because in Game of Thrones they were synonymous with having like so like their biggest episodes would always be like episode 9. And then 10 would be just kind of to set you up for the next season. So like the Battle of the Bastards, episode 9, when Ned got killed, episode 9. Like all their big stuff happened before the last episode. So I was used to that kind of like, and then like the last episode being kind of like not anticlimactic, but kind of like not as big as the one before that. So I guess I was like just used to that. So.
When's the next season come out?
They had to delay the production of the recent spikes. So we'll see.
Probably in a couple months. Probably not long at all. Then.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
How much did they spend? $10 million.
It was a 10 per episode, so around 80 million for the first season.
Yeah. I mean,
Netflix spend money. That's one thing we know about Netflix. They don't give a damn.
They spent $20 billion on new content, so they took a loss, and their stock price still went up. So hey.
Yeah, but like I said, I like this show. I like it a lot. But I talked to Tony and Josh. I was confused in the first 3 episodes. Like, what is going on? The timelines had me all messed up. I had to go read like a timeline explainer for each character to see what went where and stuff like that. I really did. But let me ask you a question, Tony. Did you say your brother played the game, or who did you say played the game?
Yeah, my brother was a huge fan. Yeah, he was big into it.
Have you talked about the show at all?
Yeah, he liked the show, but he said a lot of stuff was a little bit different. I feel like it's like everything. People watch a book or play a game and feel like they did more, or more. It was like the game is massive. The games are well over 100 hours of gameplay. You know,
It's
and
out as a
it's
game.
part 1, 2, and 3. You know,
Wow.
video.
It started off as a game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. I mean, for that, I mean, that context is it.
Yeah, the game's been out forever.
Speaking of, I really hope Disney and whoever, I forget the studio that did Marvel's Avengers, but they need to make Mandalorian a video game, because the whole aspect of leveling up with the
That'd
army,
be dope.
it's literally orchestrated as a video game. That needs to come out on next gen.
You know what they could do, Josh? The company EA, they do
Star
what
Wars.
is it called? Star Wars. What is it called? What's the recent game?
Or
No, the newest one.
Republic.
Huh?
Old Republic, right?
Yeah, Old Republic. That you know, I had my brother's a huge Star Wars guy, but he said that game is great. So they could get them, and it's still Disney to do. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that game's next on my list as well. And Spider-Man and Spider-Man and Miles Morales.
I might get it to it. It's actually coming to Stadia next week. So I don't know. Maybe
All right.
Cool.
Absolutely. So, with that being said, I guess we can't really spoil Mandalorian for Tony Stark Jr., can we?
No, I'm gonna go in like 5 minutes. So,
okay,
is that the last thing?
For that,
can we talk about the episodes he watched? Which ones?
Oh yeah, you watched the first. You watched the first 3 though. What did you think about the Mandalorian so far, season 2?
Oh man, I had so much trash to say about that show, and I'm so in. Yeah, it was so cool. I watched there's 8 episodes, right? Yeah, so I watched 6, right? I watched up to 6. The 4th episode was my favorite one at the time. Somebody said, you gotta watch the last 2. I was like, I don't know, bro. I was telling Mike, I was like, if it didn't have Star Wars name on it, you'd be like, I mean, it's a decent show. And when I watched the next 2 back to back, a friend of mine, he was like, yo, you just gotta watch them. He just pressed play. I was like, all right. And I was like, dude, I don't know if the writing changed, but those last 2 episodes and then the first episode, and then I seen the other recent episode. So yeah, man, it picked up for me. My take.
Yeah. Okay, so like since we can spoil those episodes and stuff like that, like what kind of stood out for you in those episodes, the first 3 of this season?
The episode with them. All right, you heard me say like him doing missions or the bounty hunt. You know, the Witcher should have fought more creatures. And remember, the reason why I like Endgame more than like Infinity War, because like the whole planning and stuff, like you know, like we talked about. I feel the best part in Tenet was they was planning to do the thing, the grappler hook them up the wall, right? So when they had in Mandalorian, when they had to go against the big sand worm or whatever, I was was so cool. And then mind you, they had 2 rivals, right? The sand people didn't like the people in the little town, but they had to come together to team up to face this big unbeatable thing. That stuff I'm all about, like the planning and make it so epic. You know, called climactic clash, right? So at the end, there's always a climactic clash, like the big payoff. Why Chloé probably didn't like the end of The Witcher. There was no like big climactic clash. So that type of stuff, when you write, it start off slow. You know, you got to get here, but then you got to face this. You know, this like I said with Van Damme movies back in the day, like Cyborg, my favorite Van Damme movie. You had this. That you knew halfway through the episode they couldn't beat the sand thing, right? Like you watching it, like I don't even know how they're gonna do it. But then they get together and team up and figure it out. That stuff. So I feel like the writing, or for whatever reason, was a little bit different. Like maybe as a series, maybe they did it intentionally to make it be like, okay, you get who he is, you get the kid. You get, you know, he turned his back on people for the kid. Now you're meeting different characters like Gina Carano's character, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, people die, people leave like the robot. And then it just got better. Like it was more character development. You cared more about the kid and him. You was like, okay, now we got a journey. Now we know where we're going. You know, is he just a bounty hunter or not? Well, he used to be, but now his whole purpose is to get the kid. And then they're mentioning Jedis and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right. So,
it gets better, Tony.
Yeah. A couple things before you go, I get to that. But how did you feel being an old school Star Wars fan about the whole Boba Fett reveal being alive and stuff like that in episode 1?
I don't know. I mean, to me, so here's what's hard. There's always people who like characters, and there's people who don't. And I never liked Boba Fett. I could care less about. Yeah, I was listen, Luke, Skywalker, the Jedis. That was my thing. You know, I was a diehard Jedi guy. You know, so I felt like Boba Fett and them, they were just henchmen to me. You know, they had a job to do. And,
he was a Mandalorian, the original bounty hunter. Without Boba Fett, there would be no Mandalorian show.
No, I get it, and that's why maybe I was never that into Mandalorian. I'm like, I'm watching a show of characters I could care less about. But it's so good that that's like a Marvel thing, right? They literally make you care about characters you like. Again, Mike loves Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Before that, you probably like Guardians of the Who. You know, you got a little raccoon running around. You love Rocket, like he's like I am Groot. Like it's like a great thing. So it's writing, it's all writing. That's why I'm big on effort, right? Like, oh, should they make a part 2 or should they make a remake? If they could pull it off, go for it. If you ruin it, you know. But I give them credit that you tried. So that's probably my feelings with the Mandalorian because I was never a big fan of Boba Fett. I just looked at them as henchmen. But the writing is so great. I'm down.
And the cool thing about them is that they have a different director for each episode. So maybe that's what you're talking about. Maybe because the director for each episode, maybe the ones you're watching now are better than the ones before. Like this one, particularly, you didn't see it yet, but Carl Weathers directed it. You know, wow. Apollo Creed himself, or whatever. So it was really. And started, both and stuff like that. I was surprised about that and whatnot. But I also see before you go, your game, Last of Us 2, right? That's the one you and Sandy play. They led with 10 nominations at the gaming awards and stuff like that.
Wow.
So, yeah, I seen they was talking more about making the movie. I think I put it in the chat. But you're talking about the game itself, the awards it won.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. I guess the awards that. They can happen, but it's lead in all games with 10 nominations. I saw.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret. The first game, probably most awards I ever seen a game won. So that game of the year, it was the game of the year, and it won best PlayStation game, best actor in a game, best co-actor in a game, best music in a game. Like if you look up the year The Last of Us 1 came, and that was a PS3 game. Like it killed everything else that came out that year. Like it won like all the awards. So, you know, no duh why they're gonna make a movie and all that stuff, you know. But
I just hope they do it correctly, unlike other gaming movies and films.
But at least this would be a series, right? So maybe because I think a lot of times with movies, games are like, okay, you take an 18-hour game, right? But when you're playing it, it feel like it was longer than that, right? So to condense all of that, just like a book, into a 3-hour, 2-hour, 2.5-hour movie is hard. And I feel like you lose certain things, and sometimes directors just be like, okay, we got to cut the fat, right? So let's drop this, and then you miss the mark. Some people feel like, well, how'd you get rid of that? So
I agree. It's better for a TV series for sure.
Like, I'm surprised they're trying Mortal Kombat again, but I'm dying to see how it turns out.
Oh no, it's looking good though.
It is. But the last one was so bad. I feel like
that's why in that sense, yes, make a remake, right? Give us something we really wanted. You know, you got the first Mortal Kombat without blood. Like, wait, what? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I just can't wait to see the Assassin's Creed series that Ubisoft is helping produce. I think
they're gonna nail it.
I do as well, because they're going for the format, which is long term, as opposed to trying to knock it out the park with a movie that can either hit or miss. This build, you have that character development, just like you did in the video games, and just bring us along that journey.
And I think what a good point you did, hit or miss. I think sometimes they make one-off movies and they don't go all out because they don't know if it's going to do good, so they half-a it a little bit, right? Because they're like, I mean, we could go all out, but what if it's not good? Then we just used a lot of resources, right? But a long-term movie, they're like, listen, a long-term series, like we're going all out. We're already going all out, right? It's already scheduled for at least 9 or so episodes, you know? So.
And I still need Peter Jackson, who Miguel is the director who directed Lord of the Rings.
I know who Peter Jackson is.
He was supposed to make the Halo. He's supposed to make a Halo film. So I still want him to do that at one point as well. I still I
remember the episode of Oh yeah, it was. Well, was that? No, which one did he do? He did the
the
older
one
right?
before the recent one.
With
The
with
recent
Jack
one was
Black.
good too, but even
Yeah.
that one with Jack Black was still pretty good.
Yeah,
Because
it
it was
good.
more like the original. It was an adaptation of the original King Kong, where the new King Kong was just kind of, showing him for the first time.
Yeah,
Right.
which he also used Andy Serkis to play King Kong. Actually, I remember in the first King Kong, he loves Andy Serkis, so
Yeah.
that's his guy.
Wonderful actor as well.
Yeah, definitely. And one more thing I saw in the news that all the Disney live action movies that were supposed to come out, Pinocchio, Cruella, Peter Pan, they're all going to Disney Plus. They're not even put them in theaters. So they're sticking. They're like stuck on their streaming from now on, pretty much Disney. So
They're doubling down. I think it's a great solution because we don't know what's going to happen, and if they're able to have great marketing, I think you'll save marketing dollars by just marketing it online. Just having ads right before you videos, things like that. I think you'll save money on marketing.
It's like you're switching dollars to a point,
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys.
Okay, man.
Get ready for a wedding, and I'm sitting here chatting with you guys because I love it.
All right, go ahead, man.
Have fun.
And we'll see you at 1 a.m.
Yeah, 1 a.m., man. I'm gonna listen. Somebody's gonna win a game, so you guys can participate in the poll, change the name of my show. It's gonna be awesome.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And tell Sandy I said hello.
Yes.
I will. Sandy Cheeks. Josh said, "What's up?" Said, "What's up?"
See you later, bro. Have a good one.
All right, later, guys.
What were you about to say, Diz, about the marketing?
Well, Disney Channel used to be popping back in the day. So
I was a Nickelodeon head, so that was like East Coast, West Coast. I was riding with the East Coast, which is Nickelodeon.
I'm gonna just say I used to ride with both, but Disney Channel used to be popping. Like every Friday night, they would have a Disney movie that was like original. That's where all the stars were born, pretty much. Like Mary Kate and Ashley used to have a show in there, and like
they were already on Full House before.
Full House, exactly.
But no, what I'm saying. Well, Mike, maybe it was a different age range because
I'm just saying they weren't born there.
Let me just say, I used to be looking forward to Friday movies on Disney Channel.
For me, it was TGIF where you had Family Matters and all those other shows. That's what I was looking at.
It was a movie every Friday on Disney Channel. So like,
you're probably like a That's So Raven kid who likes that.
I love That's So Raven.
I knew it.
And the Proud Family, and it's dope. Like the Disney Plus got mad shows, and it just is like, if they do that same model, which they're doing, they're gonna be successful as Disney. I don't see them not understanding the game plan as Disney. Like they're orchestrated, and they're orchestrated down to the minute details.
Yeah, so I think they might be, to your point, Miguel, investing in the long game of streaming, and as Chloe's alluding to, so they might just put all their efforts into streaming and try to corner that with their own platform, their own IPs that they own, similar to Netflix.
Yeah,
bro, they've been out 1 year and they have almost half of Netflix subscribers who's been out for 10 years now?
Yeah,
exactly.
Already? So Disney.
Yeah, and think about all the movies that are going to be coming out on Disney. Like, who's to say they're not going to partner with like HBO?
They already got Fox, so you know what I mean. They
can't partner with HBO. I don't see that thing.
But it can because Warner and AT&T are on HBO. But would you be excited for any of those live actions, Chloe? Cruella or
oh my god! First of all, I want to see the Little Mermaid. There was a rumor that was gonna be a black Little Mermaid, and it was played by what's her name?
Chloe. Her name is Chloe too, right?
Yep, her name's Chloe. So like, if that happens, I'm gonna be like, oh my god!
I still haven't seen the Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast was amazing,
and it has Emma Watson. Yes,
it was
Hermione
amazing.
Granger.
And I'm not even no cap because I used to love Beauty and the Beast as a kid, but like the live action is way better. I didn't like the live action Lion King, to be honest.
I still didn't see that.
It's mediocre. I mean, but compared to the original, I would say. But the Beauty and the Beast, what? I had real tears.
Well, I think it's smart though to just double down because you already have the service in place, and then like you don't know how theaters gonna come back or when they'll come back to like especially full capacity. Like who knows when we're talking about coming back, but then there's the other part like when it's like sold out to the T. Who knows when that'll happen? So I feel like it's smart. Let's just put it all on streaming. We got a service. Let's just do it.
And then they could always put it in the movie theater. If they're filming it, like put it this way, Mandalorian could technically be in the movie theaters. with the type of technology that they have in that. Like if they were to just link all the episodes into one and just movie, like you would sit there and watch the movie. Like if they did chapters. So like whenever they do live action on the streaming platform, I'm sure that they can just like put it in the movie theaters, formatted for that. I don't see why not. I wouldn't do a whole new one.
I mean, I would even take it a step further and use what they already done brilliantly with the theme parks and make these TV shows and films 4D in movie theaters. So you can essentially have Disney movie theaters instead, and they can create their own chain that has all this other technology that AMC and Regal can't even keep up with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Disney is a monopoly. They've been that way for a long time, and it's not going to change. Stuff like that. And then they got Hulu, right? So all their like rated R stuff they can put on Hulu, stuff like that. So because like I think Deadpool's on Hulu. They won't put it on Disney Plus, but it's on Hulu.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So because Deadpool's Deadpool, so that's that there. But they have a place to put it, which is cool too. So they got all types of ways. I think that's pretty cool. Mando last night, man, that was a great episode, man. That was probably one of the best this season. Carl Weathers, I was surprised that he did such a good job in both directing and acting it and stuff like that.
Right.
That's the black guy?
Yes.
Yeah. It's the black guy. I thought what'd she say?
I said his name sound black. Carl Weathers.
Go ahead, Miguel.
I think and Gina Carrero, what's her name? I forget her character's name all the time.
I know you're talking about.
Cara Dune. I think she's I think she's a great partner for Mando. Like I like what she does. There was just enough Baby Yoda in this episode, but not too much Baby Yoda. So I thought that was good too. And do you know this is supposed to be the originations of Snoke? The
clones.
The clones, right. So it's crazy. So I thought that was a great reveal and stuff like that. And then of course, at the end with Moff Gideon and stuff like that. So yeah, it was good.
Laying the trap, and that was great though, because he had to make a comeback because the Empire or the remnants they were getting chipped a lot, so they needed to get a win, and being sneaky like how the Sith usually are, or in that. Let's say that side of the Force, you got to be sneaky, and that's what they did with the tractor.
What are showing you the first seeds of how they became the First Order, which we see in the next trilogy and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty good. The next episode is supposed to have Ahsoka Tano, I'm hearing, so he's going to actually meet her.
Oh, even sooner. Okay, and then at this point, I feel like at some point in the series, it may not be this season. But I think maybe in the next couple of seasons, we got to see Luke Skywalker. Yeah. And we have to see, I think that's going to help spin off to the Obi-Wan series as well.
Look at I can't wait to see it. So, I think the next episode, we're going to definitely see her and, see her reaction to the Baby Yoda character. But then you saw that they were like using his blood to try to make all these clones and stuff like that. So that's super interesting.
Because of the midichlorian count, Yoda's species has very high midichlorian count in the Force. So that's right. Jedi or most Force users get all their power from the midichlorians.
So he's a baby Yoda.
Well, I guess you go on that. And how about Mando's piloting skills? His flying. Oh my God, he's a beast.
Oh yeah, he's amazing. And you saw he was getting closer and closer to lifting the mask off. Had to take a little sit here and there.
Yeah, I saw that.
They're just gonna tease it a little bit more and more. They're gonna do a dramatic reveal again.
I think the Bo-Katan character, like what she told him, and kind of hit him a little bit. And I think when she comes back, he'll realize he can take it off. It's okay at some point.
And I do agree with E. I think Ahsoka is going to be a huge hit, especially Rosario Dawson. Number one. Number two, I predict by next Halloween, there's going to be a lot of Ahsokas out there.
Yeah, I could definitely see that 100%. I mean, I think she's and I like what they did with that town too. How they like made it to they have schools now and everything else. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then I seen a thing like who is the best pilot in Star Wars history, and they're putting Mando on the list now. So
you have to.
Yeah.
And Poe, he got to be on there.
Yeah, Han, of course, whatever. So.
Han. You got to put Vader on there as well, and Luke. They at least in the top 5, all of them.
That's true. That's true. You gotta put him on there as well. Yeah, Vader. I forgot Vader was a beast too, but he showed Anakin as a young beast on the pilot as well. So
absolutely. So I'm curious. I think actually Anakin was probably a better pilot than Vader, if that makes sense.
Yes, I agree. But I mean, he's Vader. He was all jumbled up. He had too much stuff on. He couldn't move as good, I guess. So.
Yeah, and I would actually have to say Anakin and probably Yoda are the best lightsaber duelers in Star Wars history.
Oh, that's tough, man. Yeah, Luke wasn't really that great. He was only okay or whatever. So,
and the only reason why Anakin got his hand cut off is because he wasn't as gifted in the Force, and he was being a little too flashy. That's the whole reason why he got his the higher ground, right? The whole reason why he got his limbs chopped off is because he was being too flashy. But if he was more composed with the Force, with his ability, no one's beating him.
And he told him, he said, "Yo, I got the high ground, bro. Like, what are you doing?" Something like that. He was like, "I don't care." Like, so I'm gonna come anyway. So yeah, but then he also lose his arm to Count Dooku.
That's what I'm saying, because he was being too flashy, and he using the Force.
Got you with Dooku. I got you. Okay.
But yeah, Darth Maul, E-Money, that's a great shout. He was a beast too with the dual lightsaber.
Yeah, but then you got to give Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan beat Darth Maul, right? So you got to give him a shout, and Anakin, to be honest with you. So you got to give him a shout out too.
Yeah, that's fair. That's complete. I guess I'm talking about moves wise.
I got you.
Kind of like how Yoda was, and
Yoda was a beast. Yeah.
At 900 years old, come on, man.
Yeah. I wish we had more of Mace Windu with his purple lightsaber. That would have been dope.
Apparently, there might be a show coming in the future. We'll see.
For Mace, wow,
that'll be interesting. Like Mace Origins, Samuel. Be part of that. They'll probably use the younger software to make them look like they did for Captain Marvel. They probably could do all of that.
Yeah. But for Mando, man, this show is just. It gets better and better every episode. I'm not even noticing like it's like 35 minutes anymore because it's like so good, stuff like that.
You go, Miguel.
Just say it.
And to your point, I feel like is really, even though it says like 39 minutes or 40 minutes, at least 3 to 5 of those minutes are like the intro and the recap.
Yeah, so it's like really like 35. Whatever.
Right. Yeah, they definitely did us on Finn. I would love to see more Finn.
I hate that. I wish like if they ever get to like beyond this story, we see if Finn was really Force sensitive or not, stuff like that, and could he have learned? Like, I think they cheated us too on that. So, but as you know, that trilogy we talked about that ad nauseum. It was all over the place. Right. They didn't have a plan or didn't execute it. So,
John Boyega definitely blew up that bridge. So there's probably no going back.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's over for that. He was like, "Listen, I'm done with you guys," but you shouldn't do that with Disney. That was not smart. So he had a bad PR team, I would say. On that regard.
Pacific Rim didn't do that well. He should have,
right.
He should have thought it through. But
listen. If you with Disney and they like you, stick with Disney, bro. I'm just telling you right now. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like she's gonna have.
Yeah, I'm sure, DC would love to have him in something. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, Warner. Like I said, man, Warner. Like, listen, we ain't playing with y'all. We're gonna do our thing too, because this whole Snyder Cut thing is ridiculous. Like I'm telling you, the fans are all. Did you watch the latest thing with that? Oh my god! So
yeah, I can't wait to see like the thought process behind the Black Superman suit. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun too.
Right. And also this week, then we had a story came out about the speaking of Marvel, Chadwick. They're not going to use CGI for Black Panther.
Thank you. Absolutely, that's right. So yeah, go ahead, Miguel.
So apparently they said they're not going to CGI him at all as far as the movie is concerned. So I'm guessing they just really going to like say something about him. I don't think they're going to say he died or he's just a reason he's not there. But either way, they're not going to put him in the movie, like kind of like they did. Speaking of Star Wars, Carrie Fisher and stuff like that. So, what are your thoughts? What were your thoughts about that?
What about you, Chloe? When you hear that,
part of me thinks that they have footage that we haven't seen before.
Definitely.
And part of me thinks that his legacy should be left as is. Like Paul Walker being in the last Fast and Furious was like,
I thought it worked because his
It
brothers were playing him.
A lot of the fans loved it.
it
though.
worked because people missed him.
Well,
Yes. I don't know. I just feel like if I would rather them not use the CGI and just use like, footage from before. Because if he knew that, his condition, I'm sure that they did extra stuff with him filming. I wouldn't be surprised.
I agree with that completely because, Kevin Feige at one point, but again, because they already had it in the framework that Shuri was going to take over the mantle, they were aware of his condition. So again, I agree with Chloé. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually do have a scene where he actually has a mortal injury that's already been filmed, just in case this moment happens as a contingency plan.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't think they'll say he's too injured to wear the suit anymore and be Black Panther? What else you think they'll say?
I mean, but how else can you use him? That's my question, because essentially he would have no armor type of close-up type of shots,
right.
unless you recast them,
right? Which I think, I don't know, I think they might do that. I hate to say it, but I think they may actually
They need
recast
to him with Killmonger.
No, that's not recasting.
Wait, Killmonger can't turn into the Black Panther?
I mean, you can in terms of that, but I'm talking about like actual recasting
T'Challa. Right.
Oh, does T'Challa die in the comics?
Man, nobody dies in the comics, so probably no. I don't think he actually dies. No.
You know who might actually work is Lakeith Stanfield. He might. I think he might. He could work possibly.
He's a great actor. I love Lakeith Stanfield on that.
He's a really good actor.
But I don't. I mean, it's so many. You know what, man? This character is probably the hardest person to ever. Like, I wouldn't want to be in Kevin Feige's shoes because I wouldn't know what to do with the situation and whatnot. And then even Ryan's Coogler's shoes.
Yeah,
because he already wrote the movie. He was finished or whatever like that. So it's like, it's a lot, man. It's so much. I wouldn't know what to do. But you need the IP, I guess. So you got to keep it going because it's a money making thing for Disney at the same time. So it's so weird, man. And then the the thing is that our community, man. Like you don't want. We don't want to have backlash because we're like, well, how could you do this? How could you do that? Stuff like that. So it's really, really hard. So
I was just about to say that. I was going to say that knowing our community, we are very accepting of people. So like, I feel like especially if they get another strong Black lead, it's going to be like, okay, we're okay with this.
Yeah, if they get I think that'll be better. Yeah, if we another strong Black lead who can at least do it justice, I think it's okay. I think it's okay to recast, characters. Doesn't mean they were better, not as good or whatever, but it's okay.
Think about Fresh Prince and his mom.
And Viv, yeah.
Viv. I love both Aunt Vivs.
Yeah.
I can't.
I watched the reunion on Disney Max actually on HBO Max. Yeah.
I didn't see it yet. I want to.
Oh, it's so good. It's like an hour and a half. So that's why I got HBO Max just to watch that. Yeah,
wow.
So good.
Look at that. Not even for Wonder Woman. Oh,
yeah. But think about it, Josh. How much of the Black community got HBO Max for the Fresh Prince reunion? I guarantee you a lot of them did. So,
definitely.
Yeah, and they put it on HBO Max only too. They were very, very smart about that, so they knew what they were doing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it'll be fine.
And Viv is there. The baby Nikki's out there, all grown up. Like all of them are.
The dark skin and Viv are
both and Viv's are on there.
You had to do both.
Really?
Yes, both and Viv's on there. Really? Yes, he have a long conversation about what happened with them. Then she goes and with the rest of the cast.
It's so good. Blah blah blah.
All right, I'm sorry. Just watch it. I don't like to spoil some people, so I'm sorry. But yeah, it's so good though. It's so good. So please watch it. But now that I have HBO Max, what I will watch is what is it? Lovecraft Country. Yeah.
In for a treat.
And apparently, what's it called? The Watcher.
Watchmen.
There we go.
Yo, Watchmen.
Yeah.
Watchmen.
Right.
I was hooked. I'm so sad that the next season hasn't even started. I don't think they started filming yet.
I mean,
I googled
a lot
it.
of people. Yeah.
Like I am so excited for them. That was amazing. That in the finale was like, okay, this is nice. I did not waste time watching this.
Oh my God. The Witcher is good. Stop it. I hear you. It's good.
Okay, it ended with a bad taste in your mouth, but it as a whole is at least an 8 out of 10.
7, 5. I'm sad.
What's the witch name on there, Josh? I forget her name or whatnot.
Which one?
On the Witcher.
The pretty one.
Yeah.
Yennefer.
Yennefer. Oh, I love Yennefer, bro.
Yenny from the block.
You love me some Yennefer. Yeah, that's what
You
I
gotta
like.
see. For me, at the end, it got a little cheesy with her. Cause that was the last scene. She's like, "Who's Yennefer?" Like, I ain't like Yennefer at the end. I liked her to begin with.
Oh, Yennefer?
Yeah.
Oh,
she got corny.
Oh, then she became beautified, and all of a sudden you didn't like her.
Nah,
Really, Chloe?
She was cool. She was cool until the end.
She was a beast. Yennefer's a beast. That's why I like her.
I mean, I liked her powers.
Yeah. She was real strong.
Died. She was so
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. I love The Witcher. Yeah, Josh and I talked about that a lot. I can't wait till that comes back. But yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of moving parts. I think this pandemic is not holding these creators down. They're gonna say, okay, we'll put it on the streaming service. We will figure it out. So I think it's a good thing. Now theaters, that's a story. Like I don't know how they're gonna survive.
Yeah, I don't know.
They'll come back. Yeah. They'll resurrect eventually.
Chloe, honestly, because you heard about the Cinemark new deal too, right?
Mm-mm.
Like so, Cinemark and what was it? Cinemark and Universal. I mean, they both got those, but between the two of those deals, where they keep it's only a 17-day window.
Right.
That's horrible. So Universal already had it. Now Cinemark is agreeing to it. Basically, where it's just like a movie can come out and only got to be in theater 17 days before it can go to streaming and whatnot. And with those deals in place, like if they stay, people will not go to the movies. They're like, I'm watching the crib, whatnot. Like 2 weeks.
Movie.
It really. I mean, listen, we're gonna see. Wonder Woman's a good example. Wonder Woman's a huge movie.
Because I would watch Mandalorian on big screen. I would go.
But you would watch Wonder Woman on the big screen on Christmas Day?
Well,
not on Christmas Day.
No, because it's gonna be
not on Christmas Day.
Like we're not having family over this year, unfortunately. Like I'm not risking.
Yeah, me either. Even Thanksgiving. My dad said I'll bring you a plate from my house. Nobody
because Zoom call or something, but I'm not. It's mad. It's real out here.
I mean, I can see something like kind of like how you were saying about Avatar. So if people like it at home when it streams, like let's say Wonder Woman, they'd be like, "Oh, I want to see this in theaters."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that can happen. I was surprised they end Soul, which is coming out on Disney Plus the same day, Christmas Day. So Disney was kind of mad that Wonder Woman decided to stream the same day. So again, they have this battle between Disney and Warner, but it's funny to me.
Yeah, I was like, what are you getting mad at? They're your competitor. What do you think they're gonna do?
Because they would have rather Wonder Woman just stay in the theaters and not also stream, because they are streaming that day with the movie Soul, the animated movie, which was supposed to come out in November and stuff like that. So they just in a competition with each other, but they're both for pivoting. And Thanksgiving night, man. Last year I went to see Queen and Slim that night, Thanksgiving night. So
I haven't seen that movie.
Me neither.
I don't think I'm in the right mental space to watch that.
Okay. Hopefully you haven't been in the last year, right? It's
rough, yo. It's rough.
I mean, it's been rough. It's had some good moments, stuff like that.
A lot of good moments, but
Yeah, but it's been rough. At the same time. And then we also forget about Amazon. They're in play too with the whole streaming thing too. So
Amazon,
Coming to America 2 is coming out on Amazon December.
That's right.
when is that coming out?
Next month.
Yeah,
Christmas.
I forget the day. No, before Christmas, but I forget the day though. Maybe the 15th or something like that. But,
I'm
yeah.
definitely looking forward to that. That's
And
gonna be
they got listen, Josh. You know, Amazon can compete. They got money, so they could definitely compete with these other streaming services.
Absolutely. And it's going to be wide open because by the time that the Lord of the Rings series comes out, I'm sure the new Game of Thrones series will be out as well. So it'll be very
Oh man, yes. I don't know. I hate that it took so long. I remember Jazz said once at the barbershop it would have been dope if Game of Thrones would have ended and then came out with the new series like
yeah.
a few months later. But you know, I think they're gonna have to like re-pick up steam almost. Like, you know what I mean? Like Game of Thrones has a new series and it's back, stuff like that. So
it doesn't feel like it's been that long though, to be honest.
By the way, did you guys hear the possible rumor of Game of Thrones season 9 and it just continues with Arya?
I did not hear that. Well, her journey, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how it ended.
You don't like anything in it, did you?
I liked how the Watchmen ended. That was good. But I mean they were getting lazy.
No, we have a whole podcast dedicated to that. So I agree 100%.
In the scene.
But no one saw it.
No, I totally, I seen it. I seen that Starbucks cup.
You know what? On Mandalorian last night, apparently if you freeze frame it, you could see like one of the crew guys when they're on the ship, like fighting the stormtroopers. You can see him like hiding in the corner. So they said that all these shows and movies has always had those mistakes, but now you can freeze frame. You got better clarity. You just can see it more.
Wait, what scene is it? Because I want to see that.
It's like when they're running or for stormtroopers, and it's a guy like hiding.
I would love it. I would have.
I'm just curious. You have all that CGI money. You can't just CGI them out. I never understood that.
They don't. The thing is, like
they don't catch it.
They don't catch it until after it's going into production, like after it's streamed, and you're like, oh snap. Which is really because you would think you got all them people watching it over and over, but it's like kind of like proofreading stuff. After the 5th time, you gotta have somebody else read it for you.
Well, to Chloe's point, Game of Thrones had to happen twice. They had the coffee cup. The next episode they had the water bottle, so they had to happen twice.
Right up there with a Starbucks latte, like.
Yeah. The next one, when they're all like, when they're picking the king, it's a water bottle on the floor or whatever. So it's like it both happens.
Wow.
It's like, do they have like Polish Springs back in the Game of Thrones?
The memes were hilarious.
Yes.
Oh my god.
But I think us as viewers, we have more technology now. Like you see new rock stars, they watch stuff frame by frame by frame. They don't miss anything.
Right.
So it's huh?
I said people got time.
Man, he got that new Eric Voss. I love Eric, Shouts out to new rock stars, by the way, while we're doing that. But he's got time. He's watched Endgame probably 50 times frame by frame. Like it's crazy how much stuff he catches.
Sheesh.
I know. But I like it. Like I'm gonna watch his Mandalorian Easter egg video today or whatever like that.
Right. And shout out to Emergency Awesome Charlie. Got a great channel as well.
Charlie's good for news. He's not a frame by frame guy, but he's great for news and stuff like that and whatnot. Like
and Easter eggs as well.
And Easter eggs, yes, as well. So yeah.
Easter eggs.
What'd you say?
I said I love Easter eggs.
Love Easter eggs.
It's like, you know who has a lot of Easter eggs? Pixar movies.
Yes.
Like tons of them. You're like, oh snap.
Aren't they all connected though?
They are. I think like each movie, each Pixar has like all like characters in the background or like in the toy chest or like it's the Easter eggs are crazy for Pixar.
It is something like the parents of Elsa and Anna from like when the boat they died on was the same boat from
John Smith.
Yeah, something like that. It's like
John Smith. Yeah. Going to the wedding. It's like it's a whole
whole connection. Yeah.
For all the stories.
It's crazy, Josh. Some sort of way.
It's cool.
I know you don't care, but it's a lot. I'm just fascinated by Easter eggs. I'm like Chloe. Like even if I don't watch the stuff, it fascinates me.
They're definitely fascinating, and I appreciate the directors all understanding that connection and how cool it is for fans. I just think it's really cool.
Yeah, when you go all the way back, even the Marvel stuff from the beginning, like you realize, like I don't know if I said this on the chat or not, but in like speaking of Black Panther and Agent Ultron, right? You know the scene where they talk about Wakanda and they say where they got the vibranium man, and stuff like that, and they pull up the map or the book of Ulysses Claw, who he is and stuff like that, right? So in the bio of him, it's like you can read it if you zoom in or whatever, and it says that I guess T'Challa's grandfather killed Ulysses Claw's grandfather when the grandfather was trying to steal vibranium. So Claw was always going to go back to Wakanda to get revenge for his grandfather and whatnot. So it's like always these little Easter eggs and stuff like that. So,
interesting.
Yeah, I think it's T'Challa's maybe his grandfather killed Ulysses' father for the different generations and stuff like that. But yeah, it's crazy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I guess we'll cut it there. Wonderful chat and nerding out with you, Miguel.
All right, man. It's been cool today. Appreciate being on, of course, as usual. Thanks for watching, E, and everybody else who watched or whatever.
Absolutely. Thank you, E. Thank you, Mr. Urban World, for trolling Tony Stark Jr. And of course, we'll see if we can check him out at 1 a.m. Super Saturday Stadia.
See you guys later.
All right. Peace.
Peace.